Hey guys, a lot of you wanted us to review the Moto Edge 40, so in this video we're going to do exactly that. Guys, before we get started, if you enjoy iGyaan content, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment below, and if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon when you're done with the video. That helps us get more content out to you guys. We've had this phone for a couple of weeks now, and we've really put it through its paces, and we've got some things to talk about in this video, but more importantly, a lot to say good about this device and certain bad things as well. So we'll talk about those, but let's quickly get started with the build quality and design. So as far as the design is concerned, it's a pretty smart looking device. You've got this new style camera bump over here which sort of curves into the back. This is an acrylic back, but you can get it in the leather texture if that's something that you like. And the back is plastic, so you don't get any heat dissipating out of there as well. But the overall phone is really rigid. You've got a metal frame, so there's no bendage whatsoever. I'm putting a lot of force. It doesn't want to bend. There's no squeaking, nothing happening on the phone whatsoever. Despite the price category this phone is at, it is a IP68 rated device, so it's completely water resistant. So you can actually dunk this in water. In fact, their advertising also shows that you can dunk it in water. So that is definitely a good thing in this price bracket. Another thing that you have in this price bracket is that this is one of the only phones in this category that does offer wireless charging. So you pop it onto a wireless charger and it'll start charging. And it can charge fast wirelessly as well. So that's good. The battery is a relatively low 4400 milliamp hour battery, but we'll talk about all of that in just a second. So as far as build is concerned, we are pretty impressed, and we are also impressed with the fact that this has IP68, which is good. I think all devices should now in 2023, but this is a good step in the right direction. The next thing that is really worth talking about is the display. This is an HDR10 Plus display. It's a POLED display, so a plastic OLED display, and the plastic OLED is used because you want to curve the edges. So it's the same kind of display that's used in foldable phones. It's got 1200 nits of brightness, a 2400 by 1080 pixel resolution. So it's about 401 pixels per inch, which is fairly nice. And as far as the viewing angles are concerned, you have really nice viewing angles, no sort of phasing out on any side, even in the vertical side or the horizontal side. And then Motorola calls this the endless edge display, and you do have some software elements in there as well, so you can get your app shortcuts over here, and you can also move it around if you don't want. You can also customize the apps. So those kind of features are built into the UI, and we'll talk a little bit more about the UI in just a second. But this display is also Netflix approved, so if you're watching content which is on Netflix, shot by Netflix, the color and the science will automatically adjust the display, and you'll get the movie or the show in the exact colors that they made it in on this display, which is really good. And the audio also has Dolby Atmos, so when you're listening to it from the speakers, which are fairly loud, so you do have stereo speakers, it uses the earpiece and the main speaker to give you a stereo sound. So you get Dolby Atmos even in that, but then if you use headphones or external speakers, you'll get Dolby Atmos support in that as well. As far as the phone call capability is concerned, this does have 5G, and networks were pretty consistent throughout, and voice quality is also pretty good. Here is a sample of what the microphone sounds like on a call. Hey guys, this is the microphone of the Moto Edge 40, and the phone is currently recording a call, so it does have call recording built in, and this is what your voice will sound like. So as far as the software is concerned, you get Android 13. We've also already got some software updates out of the box. You can see the update history here as well. So you can see that we've got one security update over here. And overall, the UI is really fast and responsive. You've got this Moto app that allows you to customize a lot of things. So you can customize the peak display, and you can also personalize the fonts. You can also set up your gestures. So things like chop to turn on the flashlight, and then you can also sort of twist to turn on the camera. So those kind of features, all the way from the good old Motorola days, still exist on this device. And I have to say that this phone does remind me of the good old Motorola days, because you get a lot out of the box. So as far as the chipset is concerned, we've got a Dimensity 8020, which is a 6 nanometer based chip. And as far as performance is concerned, if you look at synthetic benchmarks, you can see that it's not the highest performing device out of everything that is available. So this is our score on the device over here. So it's not the highest performing in this category, but it is really impressive with everything else combined. So it's not a slouch, but you're not getting pure performance. So if you're looking for something that gives you more performance, this is definitely not going to be it. But we played games on this, we used this intensively, and we didn't feel that the device was heating up or slowing down in any way. And the past couple of weeks that we've had the phone, it hasn't slowed down or stuttered in any way either. So that's a good thing. While gaming, you can also adjust the gaming settings. There's a gaming mode as well, so you can go into higher performance settings or standard performance settings, and you can customize notifications and things like that from the gaming mode. So you've got all of those features built in. So for day-to-day performance, this device is great, whether you're gaming or otherwise, because of the responsiveness of the stock Android and because of the optimizations done by Motorola. It seems that we've not incurred any lags or any kind of stutter in the usage. If we talk about the battery, we've got a 4400 milliamp hour battery and it does support 68 watts of charging. And you know exactly how I feel about that 68 watts of charging, but we fixed that problem last time in our unboxing video. So after we fixed it, the battery life has been amazing, and it charges really quickly. And if you see that we've been using this phone not in the best possible way. So if you go into battery usage over here, you can see that it's been idle for about 1 day and 20 hours. And the screen has been on for about 2 hours and 16 minutes, and we've got about 50% of battery. In our experience, you're getting anywhere from 6 to 7 hours of screen on time with medium, moderate usage. So if you're somebody who uses it a little more, you should expect 4 to 5 hours of usage on extreme usage. But overall, battery life is good despite being a smaller 4400 milliamp hour battery. The one thing I really like about the cameras is that there is no garbage in the camera. So you've got no macro sensor, you've not got no depth sensor. You've got two really good cameras at the back, a 50 megapixel and a 13 megapixel ultra wide. And then you've got a 32 megapixel front facing selfie camera. Images from this are really good. They are slightly oversaturated, and that's to make them look better. You can go into a standard mode, or you can download cameras that give you a raw output. But in the camera app, you do have certain pro modes as well, which will give you slightly better, more raw effect, and you can also customize the white balance, etc. Plus, you have other modes built into the camera app. So spot color is something that Motorola has done for a while. So I can put the picker here, and then you can see that it only picks the blue, so you can take an image. So I can take an image with just the blue. It's flickering a bit, but here is what the image will look like. So you can pick out a specific color, but you do have other functions. You can scan documents. You also have a dual capture mode, and then you also have a direct 50 megapixel ultra high res mode as well. This I would recommend that you use outdoors. Some of the samples that we got are really nice looking. We've also got a 4K 30 FPS sample, which looks really nice. Our video is in 60 FPS, so we will adjust the video to show you the sample properly. But overall, the camera is not bad. It's not the best in terms of color reproduction, but we are getting a really good output. The front-facing camera also does a good job of capturing edges for a portrait shot, and it didn't even struggle with a backlight. The main camera did, however, struggle with a lot of backlight in certain cases, and we have those samples here for you as well. Overall, this is a really good product from Motorola. It's well balanced. It's got a really nice overall build quality and design, and it's got a good amount of performance bundled with pretty good cameras. And the benefit of IP68 water resistance and wireless charging makes this phone a really impressive device in the price category with not a lot bad to talk about. So we'll have this linked in the description below if you guys are interested in the device. And that was our review of the phone. If you enjoyed it, smash the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.